That was a pro entrance, you must say.
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice seeing all of those clips. It's so many good memories.
Oh man, yeah, that was really nice. When I watched it for the first time, I literally understood for what we are doing it, why we've started it, why it all is here, and yeah, hope you liked it. Let us know. Of course, this introduction will be here with us, hopefully for longer, and we might share it as a separate video on our channel. But yeah, damn, 200, Callum, 200.
Yeah.
How you are feeling with it?
Well, I don't know. What's the difference between 100 and 200, right? It's crazy to think we've been doing this every single Friday. I think we've missed Christmas, a couple of Christmases,
yeah.
and one episode where we purposefully missed it so that we could have I think our 100th episode at the last UK Fest that happened in 2019.
Yep.
And we've been doing episode every single Friday since, without fail. And I've said this before. I quite like it. I quite like having the structure, having one thing each week that's consistent, no matter how crazy the week is. There's always umbraCoffee at the end of the week.
Yeah, and of course, thanks to all your feedback, all your contributions, we've reached 703 subscribers right now. So it's getting mature. The same balloon is here with me, by the way, the same one from the video. But yeah, of course, we've started some various initiatives. We've started our Buy Me a Coffee, never mentioned, never announced support and donation platform, where we got our 16 subscribers and 16 supporters already, for who we want to massively thank. And some of you are here with us, and massively thank you for all your support. I checked one statistic on YouTube, and I want to share it with you. So yeah, our channel got 333,000 of views so far, with more than 5,000 hours of watch time. So it's still something small relatively to some channels or some Twitch streamers, but damn, it's a lot of time, and it's a lot of contributions from you all on the second side.
Here's the big question. Those statistics, what percentage of that is made up by the block list editor video and the video that still to this day is alive and flying, which is Jeffrey and Nick's demo of Google Home and an Umbraco integration. It's got the most views of anything on our channel, those two videos. So I bet you that 5K watch hours is like 50% those two videos.
Yeah, I hope that people who watched the introduction and this highlight video at the beginning noticed some of the tastes and some of the picked moments of the whole journey of all of these episodes. And yeah, we are of course here staying for longer. This year and this celebration, I have a plate full of donuts, and I forgot to mention that I work alone and remotely, so I would need to eat it, and that's why I was on the diet for 10 months. To be able to do it, and now the roles are switched, Callum, right?
I'm on a diet. I'm trying to get into better shape, and I'm off the donuts for a little while. I'm in Denmark next week. I'm gonna go mad, but yeah, I'm trying to be strict with myself, and it was definitely the last umbraCoffee birthday of some sort, maybe our 3 years birthday, 150 episodes, sometime last year, where I during the episode polished off nearly a whole 12 donuts. And yeah, roles of reverse, Marcin. It's your turn. Those look really good. Really
I must admit, I rewatched some of the episodes from our past, and I saw my face getting smaller, your face jumping to the other side.
Yeah, I look like a peanut at the start of umbraCoffee,
and of course, to realize it for all of you watching, 200 episodes is almost or more than 3 years.
It's for our fourth year. Our fourth birthday comes up in like a month. Start of December.
So we might have changed a little, but in the inside we are still the same. We are still here to deliver the biggest and the most tailored list of Umbraco news every week for you all, and we'll do the same today. But at the end of this list of news, we will open up our stream as we did it for the first birthday, and all of you will be welcome here to join us to discuss some of the highlights from your perspective, maybe. So if you will have time, if you want to grab virtually one of the donuts which I have here, join us. We'll share the link here down below after we'll finish the segment of the news today. And we have a couple really good news for this week to share with you all, starting from the umbraco 9.1 release candidate release. And of course, it contains really great stuff inside of it, such as on the version now called History Cleanup, and improved 404 page, and a couple of other great pull requests and contributions from Sauron and other other members.
You saw Sauron's tweet where he's basically touched every part of this release, and I think it was 8.15 that was called V8 Chad. So this is V9 Sauron.
Sauron, point one.
Really great effort. And this is a lot of these things are widely anticipated. Like the history cleanup stuff was obviously going to come to 8 way back, and then 9 was prioritized. And it's going to make a huge difference, I think, to the way that core works. Did you also see the post where I think someone ran down, here's all of the community packages that have gone into core. So even the grid started its life as a use Sky grid by the Lakota team, and then you've got nested content, you've got property value the core value converters, you've got
tabs using
tabs,
inspirations.
You've got unversion now. Like it's incredible. And people were saying, oh, contentment should be next, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. Contentment's awesome. But like it's really cool to see just in the space of 5 years how many awesome community things. Oh, Nexu, let's not forget Nexu. We've got we've got proper relation management in the back office now too.
Yeah, I think it just proves that HQ learns also from the community contributions what's unavoidable to be placed within the Umbraco core, and still being a core as a core rather than a big piece of everything inside of it. So that's amazing. And unversion probably is one of my favorites, because it will hopefully end up all of the discussions, like the growth of databases, bad management of content versions, well known from the past, and that's just amazing to see. Plus, of course, other improvements like this unintentionally ugly 404 page, or intentionally ugly 404 page, and some other small improvements. Really good stuff. And of course, as with every release candidate, all of us are welcome to test, to break, and to contribute. So I plan to do it really soon. Another big announcement from Umbraco, and something we'll be definitely discussing more in depth soon, also in umbraCoffee, is Umbraco UI library. And we've mentioned it back in the days that it's getting shaped. There is a storybook released, but now it's ready. And there is a set of components ready to be reused. They are already in use in many places of the Umbraco builds, and we can all take benefits from it, using all of the fancy modern front-end storybook based components that are easy to be reused, thanks to their native nature, I would say, right?
Yeah, this is really fantastic. So many packages when I've built them in the past, I've had to copy some styles out of core and maybe tweak them slightly because they weren't quite right. This just eliminates all of that, doesn't it? And for people that want to build extensive custom experiences for the clients, dashboards, custom sections, or even third-party plugins, like this is a lifesaver, quite frankly. Everything can stay consistent. It's brilliant.
But I would try to think from the perspective of HQ itself, the semantic versioning, unification of the components, even inside of the internal projects or in between of the projects. That's going to be, in the long term, definitely a massive time saver, and also trouble taken out from the heads to not copy, paste, maintain in multiple places, but just reuse whatever is versioned here and there in the single place, in the centralized place.
And so I think from a user's point of view as well, like on your phone, whether you're an iOS user or an Android user, it's consistent. It doesn't matter which device you pick up. The visual language is the same. And so for a user, this is fantastic, because we're going to get all of that consistency, regardless of if you're using, an Umbraco Of course, it will change between major versions, I guess. But regardless if you're using an Umbraco 9 site or a future one or third-party plugin or something in the core, hopefully they should all start to look and feel the same, which is...
Plus, of course, it was mentioned already, but we will be able to extend it and to build our own components on top of the existing components, and it will be also kind of standardized. This native behavior and building something on top of the Umbraco or to extend Umbraco with its let's say the same look and feel will be a lot easier right now, and no more copying and pasting really nice looking packages, the dashboards, because they look awesome already. So the blog post is here. Everyone can read it. We'll of course link all the resources down below the video, so check it out if you are interested in. But of course we'll be talking more about it soon in the next episodes. And final release from the Umbraco HQ side is a new set of release candidates for Umbraco Forms and Deploy for both versions of Umbraco 8 and 9. And same as the other releases, there is a blog describing what has changed. So if you don't have ability to upgrade, or you don't want to upgrade maybe because of the changes which are not interesting you, check it out, see what's changed, see what's new. And if you are early adopter, check it out, test it, break it, and report back to Andy and the whole team. A lot of changes, by the way. I wasn't even aware. So a lot of changes, and it just proves again how focused our teams now around specific products and areas, and forms and deploys are definitely something what will satisfy a lot of people, because there is a lot.
It's funny because of course Ronald has now started at HQ, and he's working with Andy on some of these integrations as well. And if you look back over the issue tracker, I was talking with some people the other day about some kind of long time flaws of Umbraco Forms. Look at the issue tracker, and Ronald is actively involved in loads of those issues and those conversations. So he's also, I guess, kind of got a personal motivation to get all of that cleaned up and get all of those cleared out. Now he's able to. So yeah, I think we're going to see more and more great stuff from Forms. It can go from being that product that we love to hate to actually loving.
Yeah, fingers crossed for that, because it's still forms are the major part of the websites, and will definitely be still. So yeah, great stuff, and congrats for the whole teams to manage it so professionally. The next on our list is a script released from this month, number 78, with great articles from Purnima and Simone about Azure and Azure DevOps stuff, combined with Umbraco, of course. Simone's part 3 is already a series of DevOps integration with Umbraco projects. Really great and useful set of highlights, and I think everyone can benefit from it, because again, not everyone is doing things the same. And Simone shared how their team was dealing with some really cool continuous integration and continuous deployment practices with Umbraco. And Purnima's article, I don't know, Callum, did you read it?
Yeah, I did, and it's funny because I've got a talk proposed that's kind of along similar lines, looking more at the insight and the data that Azure already collects on you running your application. So really great article.
Yeah. As a huge fan of logging and insights in general, I also loved it, and it's great to see more of the utilization of application insights on Umbraco projects. So that's great. A lot of highlights of other blog posts about some of them we'll be talking about, and of course mentioning of the events here. So check out the latest script release and read these articles if you want to do more with Azure and Umbraco, definitely. Some releases. One is not directly related to Umbraco packages, but it's a Sebastian's productivity tool, and it's a new version. And for those who don't know what it is, it's a Chrome and Edge extension that helps to switch between Umbraco back office, front page, enabling the debug mode. Probably, I can't remember. Some of the versions had in the past the version.
I think this was actually brought up this week. So there was a button you could click to enable the mini profiler, which just puts a query string on the end of the request. And I think in this release it was removed, maybe without thought. So apparently it's coming back. Apparently that's coming back. Also, I know that I was talking with the team this week about the icons being a little bit, I I don't know, fuzzy. So I think
Mhm.
Jason on our team is going to do a pull request to make them SVGs and make that work nicely too. So
Nice.
it's cool. This was something knocked together last weekend actually as part of the 24-hour umbraCothon that the CanCon team and some others helped run. And yes, Seb was working on this one. So
nice. Yeah, it's always good to have links close to the mouse click. So great stuff and great new version. So high five, you rock, Seb. Bjarne released a new version of OpenStreetMap package. This time for Umbraco V9. So as a fan and also as a side effect of Google Maps API changes back in the days, OpenStreetMap became more and more popular, and it's glad to see this package ready for V9 implementation.
So this one, of course, this is Bjarke's package that ships with the starter kit, and what Bjarne's done here is added some search and whatever. I wonder, is it updated in the starter kit? Can we get that version updated in the starter kit too? If it's not, great pull request for someone to do.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But yeah, this looks great.
Yeah, I like this package, and for all the location-based properties, definitely the one to use now.
It's definitely not as pretty as Google Maps or
but it can be. It has some themes. It has some themes.
I know. I think it's a little bit more developery as well.
Yes.
And if I'm right, you can host soon. If I'm right, you can host actually your own open map server, and you can point it at like a completely custom map if you really want to.
Yeah, and I like the themes because if you are building the website which is black and white, for example, you can easily embed it just the customized theme for maps, and it still looks and behaves as almost good as Google Maps for sure. Okay, another big one. It's work in progress from Marcus' side is a newsletter studio that will finally get its version for Umbraco V9. And I like the confirmation that it's almost there. It's almost there. And of course, newsletter studio. For those who don't know, it's a pretty big package. It's a lot of work placed to make it working with Umbraco on top of the Umbraco. So yeah, fingers crossed and big kudos for Marcus for doing this migration to Umbraco.
It's great to see what he says here, that the migration story was actually pretty straightforward, and I think that is the case now. There's been a lot of work to make sure that the APIs kind of line up and it kind of works, and it's kind of logical. Sure, there'll be a bit of moved cheese at the start, but you'll work it out pretty quickly.
That's true.
And yeah, especially for a big package like that, that's really impressive.
Yeah. And that's from the releases perspective. The next is events, which we tackled a little earlier. But Corne started to bring to attention the information that Dutch Festival announced some of the first speakers already, and Corne is one of them. And we could see this week that Richard Campbell, Philip, Corne, Dave, Jeffrey, Julia, Lars, and Purnima will be talking there. And this is the first bunch of speakers announced so far, and the more is coming the next weeks. And also, if I remember correctly, there was an information about tickets probably going on sale soon. So everyone can participate and await the next announcements. But it seems like it doesn't seem. I'm sure it will be a great event, and it's great to see some new and well-known faces from the Umbraco community being lined up there.
Indeed, definitely.
And did I interrupt you, Callum?
No, I was just going to say it's always a fantastic event. Like I've been to the past few. I've been probably since 2017, maybe, and it's always fantastic. So. I think the call for speakers is closed, but buy a ticket at the very least. It's a really nice event.
Yeah. Maybe not a meetup or festival, but a weekly session to hack together is still in the calendars, even if it's no longer Hacktoberfest. Sebastian invites everyone for the Thursday Discord sessions on 1 p.m. Central European time. For all of those who maybe missed the Hacktoberfest spirit and time availability to hack together, or for those who wants to contribute or do anything together with Umbraco and Umbraco HQ team as well. Just joined the team yesterday. Lottie also joined to help hacking. I saw Kevin and some other guests as well there. So all of us, all of you who wants to learn from people who did a lot of contributions and maybe wants to have some additional motivation to do something on your own. Amazing opportunity.
I mean, it's great to see this continuing, and that it's not just a Hacktoberfest thing. It's like the whole contributing to open source isn't just for October. You can do it all year round. And I've often thought that, I mean, I didn't do too well this past month with my streams, but I want to do more of that. Like sharing and working in the open is a nice thing to do. So yeah. How did you get on with Hacktoberfest, Marcin?
Oh, amazing! 0 contributions, 0 pull requests. So I'm satisfied.
Good.
No, but to be honest, I had the same feeling. Right, I had a kind of FOMO at the end that I missed it. But then I realized, it's not only about the month; it's still about some other factors, and of course, the game of priorities won here. And this time, I really feel like I have a motivation, and I want to build some new stuff. So I'm really observing these initiatives, and I might join some of this to get some external factor or external pair of eyes to correct my coding mistakes.
It's an interesting one. So I managed 4 PRs, but unfortunately, one of them, the repo wasn't participating, and so it doesn't count. So I don't care so much about the completing of the challenge. I know that I did 4 PRs, and I know that I did things that were going to add value to me. But interestingly, in the past week, it's been a week, I've had loads of things with the project we've been on, and I've made pull requests to the core and to some packages, and they've all been accepted as well, which is great. So it's actually given me a little bit more motivation again to contribute. So it's not just.
And I think it's worth to mention that, of course, all of the open source contributions are not done for swag, are not done for the external initiatives, but we are all benefiting the most from it, right? And we are the ones who learns, we are the ones who helps others, and that's the beauty of it. And the year is 12 months long, so I think it's plenty of time to still start or to reborn contributions.
I love the feeling when a client says, "Oh, we've hit this big issue," and it's like, give me a minute. Okay, I fixed that for you in someone else's code base, and it just gives you a little bit of a like, haha, look what I've achieved. I tweeted earlier this week actually that I did that. I fixed an issue in a third party thing. It's like, oh, I can do anything, and then I spent the next 2 hours doing front end code, and it absolutely destroyed me.
I had the same with. I had the same with the typo recently. We did the pair programming, peer review, code review, and all what we missed was the @ sign at the beginning of the Razor code. So, you learn all the time, and small and big things can both make you stronger and destroy you and destroy your day.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
It's like that meme that's like, junior developer, how do I center something in CSS? Senior developer, 20 years experience, how do I center something in CSS? It's so true. So true.
Definitely can relate to it. And final also reminder about the event section about the Umbraco Together. Not this view. And Umbraco Together, a series of events in UK, in London, Bristol, Manchester, and Glasgow in November, 2 weeks from now.
3 weeks.
3 weeks from now, so if still anyone didn't see information about this event organized by Umbraco UK Foundation, the link will be down below the video. You can check it out, buy yourself a ticket, secure your spot, and join the events. And Callum, you've said that you will be announcing some of the lineups soon.
Speaker announcement is coming incredibly soon, but as I said last week, we've got a fantastic lineup of HQ speakers, which is going to be really, really cool. I can announce a few of the community ones. I know that Matt Brailsford's going to be doing a talk on some vendor bits. I know we've got some great lightning talks lined up, including one from Paul Seal and Matthew Hart on Umbraco 9 and performance. So it's not going to be one you want to miss. We're also, I'll be honest, we didn't get as many submissions as we hoped for some of the venues. So what's going to happen is some of those venues are going to get live streamed sessions from the other venue where there's a talk happening at that time. So actually there's no fear of missing out on like a specific talk, because we're going to have them available in some form for people in the other venues. So buy a ticket. This 3 week point is like a really critical point for organizing an event. So if you're going to come, it would be really helpful to know. Please buy a ticket.
Yes, please do it. Cool. That's the event section, and just the other segment stuff. Starting from some explanation, possibly, of the logo on Matt's T-shirt, and I was surprised to see it. It's such a great Easter egg in this work, and Jason flagged it on Twitter that Lee left some some information that he was there when it comes to some proper.
And this is littered throughout contentment. And I
Yes.
love it. It's really cool. And I want to know if Matt's T-shirt's for sale, or not that exact one, but if we can get things like that.
That's just amazing, and of course, kudos here to Lee for having this kind of amazing idea to just make sure that someone will smile in front of the monitor at the end of the at the end of the day. Also, Paul Seal released 2 series of how to create a starter kit in Umbraco V9 on YouTube. 2 videos, pretty insightful, and one is almost 1 hour long. So combination of 2 can give you nice information on how to build a starter kit in Umbraco 9. So definitely check it out if you want to build a starter kit for Umbraco 9. And the next one on the list was the blog from Purnima about editor model notifications. I was amazed that it's such simple to work on this kind of notifications in the V9 version. And yeah, if anyone will be dealing with the same issue and the same problems and same
this one, literally, someone was asking on Slack or Twitter this week, how do I do that? And then Purnima's blog popped up a day or so later. I don't know if it was intentional or not.
real time marketing notes.
Actually, this is a great article, because moving from V8 and prior, where we had static events, you could go and look at the code and you could find out where something has been renamed or removed. But actually, in the core, in terms of the code that launches this event, if you were to dig through and try and find it, it's all a bit magic. You're not going to find it so easily because it's this event handler now. But yeah, this is a perfect example, and something I had to do a few weeks back as well. So,
and also perfect example of how you can help someone else if you know what to do. And yeah, Purnima did a great job here to really help many people already. Another blog post was more about some critical view on how things were implemented, or how how some approaches can be taken if it comes to migration to the .NET Core and stuff. And I didn't check it in the depth, but the blog post is highlighting some configuration ways of applications built on top of the .NET Core. And Michael here described how he is dealing with it, and how it can be maybe even improved by taking some lessons from Sidecore and some other .NET Core projects, which might be a little bit longer on the market. And I think it's great to have insights like that, because this is exactly what we were trying to encourage people to share their .NET Core experiences, and generally help Umbraco to utilize them, and maybe have some plenty of choices to also use them. I really like this blog post, and I think we need more from .NET Core people, right?
Definitely.
And the next one is how to optimize Umbraco 8 performance. Again, a big set of tips and tricks for improving the general performance of Umbraco 8. We won't be going in depth with this configuration items and specific problems, but if you are dealing with some performance issues, or if you want to improve your performance in Umbraco solutions on Umbraco version 8, check out this post by Jan Railing, and the link will be, of course, in the video description. And 3 last before we have our first guests, and a couple of them are already waiting in the queue. That's amazing. So the next one is Patrick, one of our great supporters from the umbraCoffee channel, started his own blog and described the first journey of creating his own Umbraco packages. And yeah, as a author of Use SEO Toolkit, plus some other packages such as site audits. Patrick described how he dealt with it, and what are the next plans for the next releases of the packages. And that's amazing. Fingers crossed for motivation and dedication to write more blog posts. And yeah, we definitely need more knowledge from Patrick and people in our community. And that's it. And speaking about performance, also I found a tweet from Dennis about his performance of Umbraco Cloud project, and
wow.
and that was amazing. It was 100% of performance with some really cool metrics flagged there, and of course everyone can have them if the front end will be also built to satisfy the metrics there. But first
it's no
content
longer
campaign,
a case of just compressing some assets and putting some caching on your page, like proper front end performance stuff to get a good GT metric score, a good Y slow or whatever the page speed, all of those things.
Yeah, that's
very
correct.
impressive.
Yep, and last but not least is
I
something
think
what I
actually
wanted to encourage
just
people to participate.
quickly as well, Marcin. You'll see the milliseconds on that there. It still says so that's not a fast page load, like for a whole page load, sure, but that's not an inconsequential amount of time, but that shows that you can still score well, and it's taking factors into account, like how much data is being downloaded and all of that
That's
stuff.
true.
So that's really, really good.
It's GT metrics, yeah. That's the tool used here. So yeah, really nice and insightful information here for Umbraco Cloud project. And the one which I wanted to personally encourage people to participate, it's an additional set of 24 days bits. The most spicy peppers arranged in the really nice Christmas calendar. So I've ordered one for myself, and I really want to participate in this challenge. And there is a Carolina Reaper at the end of the calendar.
24 days in pain.
So yeah, any kind of motivation and participation in the counting down to Christmas can help. And that's all for today. And we can definitely jump to the open session and welcome our first guests. Hello. Guys. Hello.
Happy birthday.
It's not our birthday. That's in a few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Grab one of the donuts for yourself. Just pick one.
I'll have the chocolate one, please.
Cool.
Of course, they've not just turned up here by chance. I put the link to join in the chat. If you'd like to join, it's there. It's also on screen quickly for a second here now. Don't share it too widely, but we'll only let you in if we know you.
Exactly.
And I promised last time we did this, I got too excited and scared Chad away. And I won't do that again.
Maybe he'll come back.
Chad will join us again, right? That's for sure. So how are you? How are you, everyone? Good?
Good. It's my day off, so I kind of almost missed you.
Oh, did you see our great intro video highlighting some of the funny moments?
That looked really beautiful. I was a bit confused at the beginning with the coffee. I thought I was watching an ad, but I caught on after 10 seconds.
Well, now we've hit 200 episodes, we're going to start sprinkling ads throughout. Quick word from our sponsor, Squarespace.
Product placement, the things like that. That's the way how YouTubers goes, right? Yeah. But yeah, we are not planning to change. That's for sure. What about you guys? Did you follow umbraCoffee regularly every week? What was your highlight from this 200 episodes, maybe?
All of them.
All of them.
It's awesome. When I have the time, it's always awesome to say hello to everyone and hear about the new stuff.
I like that we've got we've got our show and we get our guests on when we can. It's been a bit tough recently, but then there's also a little community in the chat, people saying like hey and supporting each other and cheering each other on. That's nice.
I keep jokingly saying that I tune into umbraCoffee to know what's going on at the company I work at. So keep it up.
Is that how you find out about all the new people?
Yeah, that's how I found out about new hires.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In this remote times, it's very important, right? That's very. We try to do our best, and of course, we also are extremely surprised every week when we are collecting all of the news. Because, of course, it's not possible to be up to date with everything. And we used to be sometimes in the past, but recently we tried to also catch up and align ourselves with all the things which happened. And that's amazing to see so much of great progress every week, both from the HQ perspective and community perspective, because it's just impossible to follow every source. But we are notified, and we saw your Discord bots about the news, and we'll definitely utilize it more to help us collect stuff for the episodes.
I love when we find someone new, like when we get a blog post that just comes out of the blue, or like someone doing a great talk, or someone. I know recently Niels Schrimberger started posting again more about Umbraco, which is awesome to see. So I just love it when we get to do that.
And I see Corné in this room as well.
I was going to say, yeah.
Oh no, we can't hear you.
We couldn't hear you, Corné. Probably you need to change the microphone source.
Yeah.
There was a new rising star today as well that Warren tweeted. That's going to be exciting. Nikolai.
Indeed, the unit
Nikolai
testing.
2.0.
Oh, I forgot to mention it. Yeah, that.
Marcin and I keep clicking the button to add Philip in at the same time.
Okay, sorry, Callum. I thought we reached the limits already. Hello, Philip. How are you?
Thanks for letting me in.
Of course, everyone is
Congratulations
welcome.
on the anniversary. That's really nice.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Grab
I still haven't
grab
gotten my
for yourself.
OpenStreetMap cup though.
I'll bring
with
you
that?
one.
You have to.
Yeah, we have a full shelf, and to be honest, that's whenever we were preparing this introduction, this highlight video, all what we missed so much was this in real life, in person events and the umbraCoffee lives from Code Garden festivals. It was amazing. I counted down. We were in Denmark. We were in Germany. You were, Callum, in the United States, right? As well.
And
Australia. All the continents, probably all the festivals, Poland included, and all of it is highlighted, captured, and stored on YouTube servers somewhere. And that's a great legacy already. And to be honest, recently when I was looking at, I said, oh yeah, that's exactly the purpose why we are all doing it, and that's the joy which we want to bring back and spread across the community. And I hope that more of you, all of you who are watching and enjoying the news, will jump into the events, have ability to participate in umbraCoffee live events, and also be the source of the news for the next episodes.
You need some international reporters. You can call in
roving reporter
from the office.
You
need to open franchise.
Franchising.
Yeah.
I mean, it started with a Polish version, Marcin, so you can kick that back off again. I was going to say we've joked before about just like showing up at someone's office during an umbraCoffee episode and being like, right, you're on umbraCoffee.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not much room over here, but you'll be welcome.
Yeah. me squeezing into Carl's cupboard so I can go on umbraCoffee.
Yeah, but this
Callum,
reminded
you're
me
in
of
Denmark next week, right? You should come to HQ.
Yeah, I can do that.
I was going to say that I reminded the video when Niels jumped to the Warren's house with the MVP award, right? That was the lifetime MVP, and that's the inspiration maybe for the future umbraCoffee announcements. Should we announce our new award of umbraCoffee award?
Yeah, the umbraCoffee awards. I mean,
Golden Donut.
if we're giving awards, I know Seb, Philip, you're probably up there with the most umbraCoffee'd guests. There was a while that it was it Dave or someone we'd had a lot of Dave,
but also Paul. And Kevin Jump. I think we need to send a big kudos for all the people who joined us for the last minute calls. And I think Paul was the one as well. Kevin Jump a couple times. It was like 10 or 15 minutes before the live show. Do you have time, please?
Right, Solskjaer, the super sub.
Yeah, it's very tough to find guests often, and equally. Sometimes we just don't have time. Like it does take quite a while to prepare these things. So,
I think Warren, you can easily relate to it, right? When you were doing the U Hangouts, it was the finding guests on Twitter was the regular segment of your week, right?
Yeah, exactly. Panic buying in terms of like, oh, I need to find someone. Has someone got a demo or something they've done this week that I'd like to show off? And as you find out, it's hard to regularly get people. But kudos for keeping it up. 200.
At least with you Hangouts, it was you were demoing new things each week, stuff that maybe people hadn't seen. It's a lot harder than what we're doing, which is there's always something to talk about, always some news. Even there was one time we did an episode on like the 3rd of January, Marcin. Do you remember? And there was absolutely nothing.
Everyone's off work.
Absolutely nothing, and we still managed to talk for about 20 minutes about nothing.
Yeah, but the thing which scared me the most was, because sometimes during these 200 Fridays, one of us is unavailable, or maybe some of us are stuck in the massive Friday deployment, of course, unplanned. The things like that happen, and then some of us were sitting in front of the monitor alone, and was in front of the vision of running this one alone. Completely alone.
Here's the question: we've dropped this before, but has anyone noticed the occasions that we've not been sitting here watching? Because it's happened a few times where we've actually
them, but I've never
pre-recorded an episode, and you would hopefully not know any different, other than potentially one or two things that maybe come in on the Friday morning, go into the next week's episode. And I'm quite proud that
the week beforehand.
I'm quite proud of the fact that we've been able to get away with that. We've only done it a handful of times.
It was eerily non-interactive.
You would be surprised, because for some of them we joined, but only on the chat on YouTube.
I think January last year I was at Microsoft Ignite here in London, and we had a pre-recorded episode that went out at the time, and I, during UmbraCoffee, tweeted a picture on the tube. And that's where the whole like Callum has a twin thing started. So maybe I do have a twin, or maybe it was pre-recorded.
What about the Pete Duncanson episode? Have you got that anyway?
That's great. That's a great question, because there is one episode that's missing, and if you go to our channel, and I've not deleted it because it's kind of part of the history that there. I think it's episode 118 we had Pete lined up, we were all ready to go. I think we're talking about V8 1 year on or something, and whatever platform was it, Google Hangouts at the time that we were using, it died, completely died. We couldn't stream a single thing, and it got on and on and on and on to the point where we were like, well, we're just going to call it a day. It's too late now to do it, and so I don't think it's anywhere. But it's part of our history. Like it's still there. I'm not going to delete it. And the show, interestingly, the show notes, everything that was to be discussed is there in the show notes of that episode still, but it still says to be broadcast.
It's still a material for the next April Fools, Callum, to have another challenge and competition. And hello, Chad, and hello, Rune. So, how are you? Grab a donut.
Hello.
Grab a donut.
Oh, thank you very much. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, man.
Let's give a shout out to Runa, because Runa helps feed us information sometimes.
A lot. And Runa was also one of the often last-minute guests and lifesavers for me, at least multiple times.
I think seven episodes or something like that.
Oh, we need a little leaderboard. There's one on Scrift. It tells you how many articles you've done. So we should have the same from
including this one, albeit.
Yeah, this counts.
Of
course. And hey, Chad, how are you? What time is it in New Zealand? Can you remind us?
It's 1:15 a.m.
1:15 a.m. That's dedication.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was easier a month and a bit ago, but it's kind of become the routine. You guys put on a great show every week, so I quite enjoy it.
Thank you. And it's great to see that. I don't know, Marcin, you've got the stats. How many viewers in New Zealand do we have? Is it just Chad?
I will find it out. And definitely we'll share whenever we'll be doing another summary of the statistics. But it's getting impressive. We've spread across multiple countries. Previously it was mostly UK and Denmark, plus a couple of viewers from Poland. Now it's a lot of more viewers from India, Poland, United States, New Zealand, Australia, and it's multiplied. Of course, the 703 subscribers means a lot for us as well. By Paul, it means a lot for us.
I'm the one from Norway, I guess.
Yeah, there's one from Norway, but some of the viewers are in the incognito mode or not tracking the analytics, and they are not possible to be captured. But yeah, it's a great set of information. We still are not analyzing it that much, but it's amazing. It's 700 is a lot, and we know that thanks to it, we are reaching new members. Some companies are watching it from the monitors on their streams, and that makes us happy all the time. So if you are watching us right now, or if you are watching us next time, be safe to tweet it. Let us know about it, because it's bringing the motivation on the highest levels, and it makes us motivated for the next episode for sure. So yeah, anyone has maybe any questions or any highlight to share from your perspective, guys? Anything you want to add, or anything what you would love to see maybe more often in umbraCoffee? What was your favorites?
You just revealed an awesome intro. I was wondering if you have any other plans for the future you could maybe, or dreams for the future you could talk about.
The intro has been on the to-do list for 3 years.
199 episodes.
200 episodes.
Yeah, and we're still not quite happy with it. And if we were doing that as a regular one, we'd make it shorter. But there's always this weird moment where we've pressed the button to go live and we don't know if we're live yet. And that's why each week you'll see us going, okay, I think we're live. But having the intro means, we can play that and then start. So yeah, we'd love to.
That's clever.
We'd love it.
To be honest, I watched this intro yesterday probably for 100 times, and I'm amazed with every single watch of it. It's just amazing, and I love it. And still, when I collected the information or the episodes which we wanted to have inside of this intro, it was too long. It would take half an hour to just have this intro of these highlights from all of the episodes, because there were so many great moments from conferences, from Christmas episodes. Callum being amazed by the first chat presence here on the previous birthday, and a lot of great other moments.
We tried to capture that for that intro. There's been a few moments where I've thoroughly embarrassed myself, and I think there was the time I nearly cried with joy when Niels Lingso showed off the validation on the block list.
That's amazing.
I was going mad. So excited by that.
But that's the true life. There were some ups and highs and downs as well, but we managed to do it, and we think right now it's just 200. That's the truth, because we are highly motivated to reach another 200, and that's become our routine, as Callum said before. I know that it become a routine for all of you as a community and HQ members as well. So it's hard to imagine right now Fridays without it. So yeah, that's definitely a plan, is to keep it as same as it is, with maybe more pro setup, some intros and stuff like that. Of course.
You mean we're going to build a studio, like a
or official cafe?
Merch. Where's the merch? We've got cups already, but
so that's a good question. There are a select number of umbraCoffee T-shirts out there. Yeah. And I have no idea who has them. But if you do, let us know. I'm interested. We had some, didn't we, Marcin? There was like maybe 5 black T-shirts, 5 white T-shirts or something.
Yes.
They've got an umbraCoffee logo on them.
Previous colleague of mine broke my cup.
You broke your cup?
No, a colleague broke my cup.
Well, we'll send them the bill for a new one. We've got so many mugs and have no way of tracking who we owe them to. So please let us know if you need a mug.
But that's exactly answering Aruna's questions. I think if we want to improve somehow, we want to have a Google form at least, or Umbraco form, if we will make it more fancy, to collect some inputs of who has a mug, who has it broken, or who needs a new one, and it will help us a lot, because it was easier before when we had a real life events, because we were just grabbing a box of mugs and just delivering it, and now it's getting
doing whatever we could to get rid of them so we didn't have to take it home, basically.
Speaking of, one of my favorite episodes when I thought about it must have been the one at Code Garden with the Beatles crew and everything. And hopefully we'll have another one of those come May, June next year.
That's the hope. The memories from those are so great. And like again in the intro, we had the videos there. We've got Niels. Everyone just looks so happy. We've got Runa, you and Mads joined as Slave and Eagle. It's fantastic.
That was fun.
Yeah, I know. And I know, I can't remember how we discovered this, but it's still that picture with Slave and Eagle on the umbraCoffee couch is still many people's like Twitter cover photos. There's some great memories there.
Yeah. Plus, of course, the puzzles and Lars, your initiative of collaborative virtual code garden, the first year when it was missed, it was also highlighted here. And my personal highlight, and again, I reminded about it when we prepared this introduction, was the demystifying of Umbraco retreat. It was completely different episode. We were totally spontaneous there. We grabbed our phone and we were walking through to the retreat venue. And discovering it on our own as well, because it was also our first retreat, and we were amazed, and people were amazed about how it looks.
You caught me red-handed not writing tests when you went past. That was kind of embarrassing.
Oh no! Yeah, I remember also Emma's just sitting in front of the building with beer, and it was just the first step of our trip through the venue, proving that we are working there, not just having socialized time. Yeah, that's the highlight for sure. And yeah, more of it will hopefully come. And if we are seeing the events, of course, if you are organizing any Umbraco related event, if you want to place a 30-minute segment of UmbraCoffee out there, we are always happy to do something like that, to highlight news, to discover this news together and stream from the venue or from the remote location, if it will be possible.
Yeah,
just reach out to us. We don't have phone number public, but we have an email. Hi, Sauron.
Hi.
Hey.
So,
yeah.
Congratulations on your 200. Yeah. So I was actually writing some internal release notes about the 9.1, and then suddenly occurred to me that I had most of the major features inside of that. So that was oops.
Well, like I said, it needs to be officially branded V9 Sauron.
Oh, that's too much.
The Sauron edition, just like we had the chat edition.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Let's make Sauron the next one.
Yeah,
get some heat off me in case there were bugs or something.
Yeah, but great work, Sauron, and yeah, you've probably also made us busy all the time collecting your releases and your constant and really great piece of releases all the time for all of your work. Do you plan to keep us busy?
I do, but I hope I can schedule everything to be just past 12 on Friday, so you're extra busy.
We've caught on to this trick.
Just to make sure I don't pre-record anything.
Lee does, and Kevin does it as well. And I think Kevin was one of the people that caught us out one time that we've had to do something. But the people that release it at 5 minutes after we've gone live. We still catch you. It's fine.
Just to keep you on the toes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think it always makes us happy if something pops out 5 minutes before we go live, because I have all my tabs in my great Edge and my great fast, not that fast anymore computer, and I'm waiting to open a new tab, place it somewhere in the agenda. Of course, I miss it. I have a new window opened, and my old stream setup is broken. And yeah, that's the joy of doing it. And thanks for shipping it 5 minutes before going live. Yeah.
And usually we can see when you start preparing for the show, because you start liking stuff on Twitter.
Now
it's time to release.
That's a great point. We've given our tactics away, Marcin.
I won't be liking this content anymore. That's the plan.
Yeah, you need to find a new strategy.
We need to write bots. That's the fancy AI 2021 2022 approach. We'll have bots collecting news for us, and that was of course the initial idea. I even wrote a couple lines of code to do it, to grab some Twitter tweets from specific hashtags, but then I found TweetDeck and it does it all for us. So yeah, that's the plan for the improvements. AI-driven bot collecting UmbraCoffee news, and the next step for 2023 will be the bot streaming for us, when we will be just enjoying coffee and donuts. A good question related with AI from Dan. No, Chad is real. You're really on 1 a.m. Joining the UmbraCoffee regularly, right, Chad?
He's actually the guy who writes the code that GitHub, the helper.
The co-pilot.
Yeah, that's Chad.
And Chad, sorry.
There hasn't been haircuts in New Zealand for like 3 months now, so hence no camera today.
Very smart.
You can trust me on this one.
Well, you can see that I obviously didn't do my hair today, so I wasn't planning on joining, but then saw all the good people I had to join.
But if
So
I
you can turn on your camera, Chad.
No, I can't.
It's
Trust
a-
me.
it's safe circle.
This was a first self haircut, and unfortunately, I did it this afternoon. So this was a really bad time to do that. So maybe next time when it's growing back, and I can get someone who knows what they're doing to do it.
There's certainly some umbraCoffee episodes where I've got some very dodgy self haircuts in the past 2 years, and equally, like even the past few weeks, I've not had my haircut in so long, so it's finally been trimmed this week, and I look a little bit more presentable, less scruffy than the previous weeks. I'm sure we could count over the past 2 years hundreds of people with questionable haircuts.
I'm trying to be inclusive here right now.
It's a friendly circle again. It's not streamed anywhere, right? No one is watching. But I must admit that having this regular Friday slot made me care of myself more. And it's something like, you will be on YouTube. You cannot be hit by an aggressive bunch of dancers on one of the parties, because you will look stupid on the next umbraCoffee stream. And yeah, I went to the haircut to get my haircut yesterday because of this episode today, and to look sharp and fresh. So that's side effects of being YouTubers, streamers, and umbraCoffee hosts. So great to see this influence on people. Anything else like that? Anyone else feels motivated to grab a coffee during the day, for example? Yeah, that's good. Cool. If anyone else wants to join us, I saw some Andy Boot wanted to have a mug. That's opportunity to be on the list of requests for a mug, because you need to be a guest of umbraCoffee to grab a mug. So if anyone wants to be a guest, check out the comments and join us.
I want to know if there's anyone out there that's cheated the system and has a mug without, because there's also those people.
Yeah, I've done the reverse.
You've done the reverse.
I've been on a few times, but didn't get the mug yet. So
I'll sort it for you next week. Sorry,
Callum, it's like a mobile first. It's like a mug first. umbraCoffee participation.
Yeah, it's like you now owe us attendance.
So if you're watching, you have a mug next Friday, 11:30 UK, 12:30 Central European Time. You are here as a guest. No, but really, if anyone wants to join us, that's the probably last slot, at least this year, this celebration period. Feel free to join us. And guys, if you have any other highlights from your side, feel free. The space is yours now. Feel free to share your thoughts about future. Maybe again, there is something what you want to see more, because I didn't mention it, but we had an idea of umbraCoffee Lungo, which is still some in our.
No, we did one, Marcin, but
we did one.
We were talking about this last week at the umbraCathon that Lars is off and Rune has just left. See ya. Yeah, we were talking about this last week, that we said, we're going to do these Lungo episodes, and we've been talking about it for so long, and then we did one as an April Fool's. That wasn't supposed to be an April Fool's, and haven't done one since. And now it just looks like it was an April Fool's, which was not the case at all. Absolutely wasn't the case. Yeah, we need to do that again.
It's just a matter of time and priorities, but we'll get there. And this is definitely on top of our plans to share more, maybe more knowledge and more demo-driven content. What is not fitting the short slot which we used to have for umbraCoffee news segments. So that's the plan. Anything else like that? Feel free to share your feedback. Of course, we are listening to all the opinions and all the ideas. If you have anything interesting to share, anything interesting to maybe inspire from other creators and other people who are doing this kind of chats. I saw Twitter Spaces, for example, as a good idea for doing chats like that. I don't know if it will find its used for umbraCoffee news. What
was the one that was just that kind of came out before Twitter? Was it Clubhouse or something?
Clubhouse, yes. Yeah, Clubhouse.
Which was, again, it's just died. It's
died,
not
yeah.
a thing anymore.
And Spaces were supposed to die as well.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, I think Twitter took over the functionality and then killed it while it was incubated.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, my Twitter app the other day popped up a whole separate section now for Spaces. So I guess.
Yeah, my Twitter app does the same, and I'm curious about if we can get back to those, because often it's at a time where I can't join, and subjects sounds nice, and would love to attend, but it just doesn't fit in my day at that time. So
I guess this is what you've been using the Discord for, Seb.
Yeah, exactly. It's just I used the word ephemeral, and that was a nice word for it. You had to be there, basically, which is fine.
Another
and
idea.
See the results afterwards on the PR.
Yeah, that's good. Another idea which I wanted to mention, which was discussed by us before, was the automated newsletter sent with the links from the episodes all the time. So to everyone who missed the live stream, for example, or just want to catch up, that was the idea, but we didn't implement it yet. If there will be a lot of votes up for it, we might rethink it.
You need a project board somewhere. Or...
Yeah, Trello, open Trello board.
Open Trello, yeah.
So what has been your most popular episode? Do you know?
It's definitely Jeffrey and Neek doing their Google Home one, and then I think it's Niels's block list one, which is also the longest episode. And I've joked before that we should get him a instead of like the regular umbraCoffee mug, we should get him like a tall latte one, like a really really long mug. Because it went on nearly 2 hours.
1.5 liter max.
Yep. It went on nearly 2 hours, that one. It was great, but just long.
But that was the most popular, and we highlighted this also in this intro. But we look forward for more highlights and definitely the launches. The Uno launch was very well, very often watched. The hardcore demo, the first demo of Umbraco Hardcore, was also most visited.
You think complete, like the kind of big suspects that you'd expect to have been big hitters were. I've just seen so this was in our first year, this the Google Home episode, and it's got 3,500 views, which the block list one has only got 885 views. So it's like been around all that time, and it's still being regularly viewed, and it's still one of the most watched per month even. So
the Google Home one also has a real YouTube thumbnail. It looks just like on the other YouTube videos that pop up on my account.
Marcin used to make clickbaity thumbnails.
It was extremely time consuming, I must admit, but I really liked it. And if we will evolve, that's another point. Great thumbnails. I know how important they are for getting attention after the stream is published or finished, because of course, on the live stream we can have 20, 30, 50 people on top, but a lot of views are coming back from being laterly view, and good thumbnail is a key. So maybe we'll find out someone to collaborate and grab a thumbnail for each episode for us, because that was something that helped. Plus, if we will regularly reshare the link for the episode on Monday, we observed that it was helping, because a lot of people missed it, and a lot of people wanted to just catch up on Monday. So that's the maybe we'll do it.
I was just saying to Corne in a chat separately that we really want the Twitter handle at umbraCoffee, but there's a cafe in Tennessee that no longer exists. They've shut down, that still has that handle and the Instagram. And someone in China owns umbracoffee.com. So
such a shame.
We're a bit stuck. Yeah. We tried messaging them, didn't we, Marcin?
Yes, of course.
We could have saved their business. We could have. Who knows?
But initial plan with any kind of patronite and donation-driven platforms was that you have a levels of support, right? And the first level was you are just supporting us. Thank you for your support. We can grab a coffee and donut for this kind of purpose. And second was we will visit Tennessee and get these guys return us the Twitter handle. But it will require a little bit bigger budget for it. But
if
still
timing had worked, it was a plan to try and do that last year. And go there just as a joke to do an episode from this cafe, because I would have been in the US anyway, but it all felt
both Ravi and Janae are following that account on Twitter.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, there's quite a few people following it. You'd be surprised. I'm sure they get.
There's only 33 left since they've gone out of business, I guess.
Yes, they ran out of unfortunately. But then still, Twitter handle would be useful. But who knows? Maybe one day. And yeah, that's from the list of plans. That's probably it. We don't have any more plans besides being here every Friday. and of course delivering the news piece of news. So I would say, to wrap it up maybe and get us all back to life, keep us busy. And yeah, this is the only factor which will make us running the umbraCoffee, is until we'll have things to discuss or topics to relate to. We'll be here and we'll be running it every Friday on 11:30.
Someone make sure they've got. Someone make sure they do something that first week of January, so we've got something to talk about.
So if you will be planning to release the Christmas,
Denmark takes the whole of Christmas and New Year's off, so it's going to be hard.
Yep, same here. But if Sauron says he likes scheduling things for just before umbraCoffee, so do that, please.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I'm not sure how is the weeks this year.
The first is on Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah, so we have the 7th. So how many of us?
You've got a whole week.
So it should be possible to do something.
Yeah, I'm working this period this year as well, so I might do something myself to have the content to discuss on the next week. But yeah, keep us busy.
The last one is 31st, isn't it? That's New Year's Eve. So
we won't be doing one then.
Oh,
pre-recorded show of just an empty coffee cup.
But the question, Christmas Eve, 24th. I guess we maybe do one. I don't know.
Or just the countdown video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a plan. But again, thank you very much, everyone, for watching us, for being with us. Thank you all who joined us today, guys. It's much appreciated that you are here with us regularly. Thank you for all your support, for all of those who supported us on Buy Me a Coffee. This donuts and coffee is on you today, and not only today. Yeah, we'll plan to do it. We'll plan to visit more events. So if you are organizing one and if you want to do something together, shoot out to us. We are always welcome, and we're always happy to participate and contribute. And yeah, I will end up as usually, because we will of course see each other on the next Friday, right?
Yes.
So thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of the day. We'll re-upload our intro, and hopefully you will like it. If you didn't see it at the beginning of the episode, like us, subscribe, share it for your mom, dad, friend, aunt, whoever else can help us to reach 1,000 of subscribers. That sounds crazy. 1,000. You know what? I watched the Mr. Beast videos from the past just as an inspiration, and when he reached 1,000 subscribers, how happy he was then. And
Martin, there's a big difference. He gives out millions of dollars to people.
Yeah, you can do the same.
But you know, small steps. Right now we are 700. 1,000 is next. On 1,000th episode, he invited his mum for the Q&A session. Just as a...
Oh, now there's a request. We want your mum's on.
Q&A session about Umbraco with our mums. That would be crazy, but we won't be doing these challenges yet. At least after 1,000 of subscribers, we'll have challenges. But now you can subscribe, because it helps. It helps YouTube algorithms to reach more people. So please do it, and yeah, join us every Friday or later on whenever you like it to catch up on Umbraco news and keep us busy with your news and your contributions as always. And yeah, thank you everyone once again. See you next week, and have a great and lovely rest of the day and the weekend ahead. Bye everyone. Cheers.